Good morning. We're going to bring it back together. You guys have already heard this. And so thank you for the folks that are in the audience here in the Hall of Honor and also those who are online. So we're going to continue with our presentations this morning of folks that are also in our Expo Hall and talking a little bit about how we can move forward and protect workers who are in workplaces today as we honor those who have fallen and the families who have joined us today and this week. So it's my pleasure to introduce Chris Williams. He is with the Voluntary Protection Program Participant Association. Did I get all the P's in there?
Got the extra bit.
Awesome. And VPP really represents employers who are looking at excellence in safety and health and excellence in safety and health programs at their work sites. They have a ton of members who represent excellence. They also work with folks who are interested in getting into the program to build their safety and health program. So I'm going to let Chris take it away.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's always great to see so many people committed to the same goal of sending every worker home in the same or better condition in which they arrived at the work site, which is VPPA's goal. But we're also reminded this week and on Workers' Memorial Day that we still have a long way to go. And that's the effort that we're all here to put forth to make sure that we don't have loved ones who have to get that call or answer that knock on the door and get that terrible message. So I want to talk a little bit about who we are as an association. We'll talk about our past, present, and future and what we're doing to achieve that goal I just mentioned. Our past is we were founded back in 1985 to represent OSHA's VPP sites. And back in the mid-90s, when the Department of Energy created their voluntary protection program, we expanded to include them as well. Currently, we're an association that it's in our name, all three Ps. We represent VPP sites, but we also represent the high-performing company sites and individuals that share our vision of safety as a core value and share that core value with us. And we look at the future. As we evolve as an association, we bring more and more companies, sites, and individuals into the fold to achieve this goal. We're an industry resource for those that do believe and exercise that safety is their core value. It's what every decision we make is predicated on how will this affect our worker safety and health. Our members, they continue to set right now and will continue to set and raise that standard for safety and health in the workplace. How do we do that? How do we advance health and safety excellence? Well, we do it through professional development. As Tina mentioned, VPP is a program that is built, and I'll talk about this in a second, that's built on, first and foremost, employee involvement, management commitment, and then the regulatory oversight component. And we work with our partners in labor to present monthly labor summits dedicated to the frontline workers to help engage them and help empower them. We do it through networking and best practice sharing at our events around the country, including this August at VPPA's Safety Plus in Denver, and also engagement with OSHA. Obviously, VPP is an OSHA program, first and foremost, created by OSHA and the Department of Energy later on. We regularly engage with OSHA to adopt and give more back to special government employees, to hold our training courses, to bring more to the fold to help out in terms of the audit process in VPP, and with our state plan managers meetings to really gauge what their involvement, what their needs are so that we can deliver for them. Raising the standard for a safe and healthy workplace. We do that with our site and individual mentoring program. Our goal, as I said, is to send every worker home in the same or better condition in which they arrived. We do that by bringing companies into the fold and understanding that, yes, VPP is an effective safety and health management system, but you don't have to be VPP to achieve that high level of performance. And we do it through that guidance in the R&D, in quotation marks, rip-off and development. The rip-off is we share best practices freely. Don't have to be a member. We're happy to give them out because they save lives. We want you to take those best practices out on the work site, from frontline worker all the way up to the C-suite, develop them, deploy them so that we can rip those off and evolve them even more. We're leaders in VPP modernization efforts with our SG profile form to connect more SGEs with OSHA and on the audit side to give them that experience and to make workplaces safer. And also developing pathways for third-party safety and health management system users into VPP to achieve that high-performing level. And then with our partnerships with groups like the American Society of Safety Professionals and ISEA to evolve safety and health practices. So what have we done? What are we doing? What will we continue to do? Again, supporting and modernizing to grow OSHA's, the Department of Energy's voluntary protection programs, work alongside our partners with labor and in management and OSHA to help get those sites to that high-performing level, because high-performing sites and workplaces save lives. They protect workers first and foremost. Safety is their core value. And of course, developing the next generation of frontline workers, management, safety leaders, all the way up to the C-suite, where they don't only believe and talk about safety as their core value, they walk the walk. That's critical. Because when safety is your core value and it's not a priority, it means that it's at the very center, the very forefront of every decision you make operationally. A little bit about OSHA's Volunteer Protection Program. It was established, like I said, in 1982. It was actually created in California. Cal OSHA folks, partnership with California Building Trades and Bechtel, when they were building the San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station, they decided and they realized that this is a potentially unsafe workplace. We need to figure out how we can work together to protect our workers. And from that, VPP was born. Interesting note, the San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station is being deactivated right now, and they're seeking VPP status again. So it's coming full circle. There are the three components I'll talk about in a second: labor management and OSHA being involved in this program. And the four core elements of the safety and health management system that make up VPP: management, leadership, and employee involvement, worksite analysis, hazard prevention and control, and safety and health training. So this is the pyramid, those three components: employee involvement, management commitment, and regulatory oversight. And the question I get is, Chris, why do you put employees at the bottom? Simple. Employee involvement is the foundation of VPP. And it's not engagement, it's involvement. There's a big difference. Engagement is talking to employees. Involvement is they have a say in developing those best practices, developing those processes that they use and they implement every day. Union support is required if you're a union job site to even think about VPP. If your local doesn't sign off, you cannot participate. Simple as that. We have over 500 locals that have signed on to VPP agreements nationwide. VPP at its core is systemic culture change. When companies and sites go through the process, what I tell them is this: you're going to tear yourself down, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to realize you're not as good as you think you are. You might have the best lagging indicators in the world, but there's still things that you can do better. There's still components that you have to get better at. Continuous improvements at the heart of VPP. Some of the statistics for the program, our partners at OSHA, for non-construction sites, a total case incident rate of 53% below BLS averages. That's huge. DART rates 57% below. Out of all VPP sites, non-construction, 44% of our sites experience zero recordable injuries or illnesses in the calendar year 2021, which means we avoided an estimated 4,000 plus injuries. That's 4,000 of our workers that didn't get hurt, that had the opportunity to go home in the same or better condition in which they arrived. On the construction side, TCR is 54% below industry averages. DART rate 72% below industry averages, and 31% of their sites experience zero recordable injuries or illnesses. One of the things that we're working on from a VPPA standpoint is giving OSHA a framework model for a national VPP for construction program that's going to be able to bring more of those construction companies into the program and help them along on that high-performing journey of continuous improvement. I'll close it with this. As I said at the outset, it's great to be here, but it's also a stark reminder that we still have a lot of work to do. We can do it together. Again, we're founded on the concept of continuous improvement. Good enough is never good enough. There's always something that we in the workforce can do better, and the workplace can do better to keep our workers safe. And while our members and our VPP sites out there, they represent the very best of EHS&S performance-wise, there's still tens of thousands of workplaces out there that aren't involved, that aren't at that level. Our job together is to bring them up to our standard. And last but not least, if we educate, train, and evolve together, labor management and OSHA, we all work together, we're going to achieve that goal, that ultimate goal of sending every worker home in the same or better condition in which they arrive for their shift. Ultimately, that's what we all want. We never want to have to go knock on that door or make that phone call. It should never have to happen. And this is a great reminder, being together today, that we can do this together and we can achieve it. I'm an optimist by trade. I believe we can do it. I'm not going to quit until we do it together. So with that, if you'd like more information, visit www.vpppa.org or feel free to give us a call. We're more than happy to help, member or non-member, to achieve our ultimate goal, to send everyone home in the same or better condition than which they arrived. Thank you.